What is up, guys? It is the Muddy Puddle Squad here. Welcome back to a brand new video. If you guys are new to the channel, please don't forget to click that big red subscribe button and so you guys never miss out on my content. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about Augustine Kmederang. Yes, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't know if the K is silent. It might be Kmederang, but if the K is not silent, it is Kmederang. Yeah, that's kind of hard to say. But anyway, so this man right here is a longevity supercentenarian claimant who claimed to have been born sometime in August 1880 and died on April 3rd, 1995 at the minimum age of 114 years and 215 days. If his age is true, that means that he would have been the oldest living man in the world at the time of his death, the first man to have made it to 114, and the first supercentenarian from Palau. P-A-L-A-U. It is an island country. Go look it up. But, yeah, so my thoughts on this case. Do I think his case is true? I would say maybe somewhat likely. And I'll tell you why. He did have some documentation. Not nowhere near enough to make his case likely. But he did have some documentation that did support his age. Which is kind of like, it's a supporting factor. It's not a great chance, but it's a supporting factor that did indeed prove that he was 114 when he died. And what's interesting is that okay, let me explain it this way. Previously, the oldest ever man would have been 113 years old. So when this guy comes along, he would have closed the gap between the last oldest man ever and Christian Mortensen. As you can see, Christian Mortensen was both the first man to make it to 115 and 114. As you can see, he totally passed 114 and he made it to 115. So this guy would have actually been, interestingly enough, to close the gap, as the world's oldest man ever would have gone 113, 14, 15, instead of just jumping from 113 to 115. And what's even more interesting is that this means that 1880 would have produced a 113-year-old man, which was Frederick Fraser, and this guy, Augustine Kmederang. So, I don't know, statistically, it definitely falls within the realm of possibility, but I mean, it is quite unusual that a man from Palau would actually make it to 114. As Palau is a very interesting country because it has one of the highest rates of obesity in the world. But I mean, at the time that this man was born in 1880, or likely, in the 19th century sometime, obesity rates were nowhere near as high as they are now. So, I mean, he probably would have had a much healthier lifestyle than somebody born in Palau in, say, 1980, or, even 1960. So, I mean, that's kind of a factor, going for him. Palau does very well in agriculture, and there's a lot of very healthy food grown in Palau. And I mean, if he's, their country does not have the as advanced tools as other countries, so he may have actually had to do a lot of hard farm work by hand, which would have contributed to his longevity. If he was a farmer, I don't know. He was a chief, so I'm not sure exactly how much a chief does in the area of farming, but I'm definitely not going to rule it out. Anyway, thanks guys for checking out this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.